Hello world, it's Kurtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Today I want to talk to you about something that I know too much about, and that's meeting people where they're at. And the reason is because you never know what someone's going through. So I told you about a lot of the stuff that I've been through in life, and nobody ever knew. The biggest one, I was molested as a kid. And the other big one that really messed with me was my dad sold me for $5,000 when I was in third grade. Two really hard things that happened to me all before third grade. I was a phenomenal soccer player. I was getting scouted. I was playing soccer and winning crazy awards. I was a natural talent. My first year, I had MVP of the league. And let's just say I played with a lot of Latino kids who probably started off as soon as they could walk, they're kicking a soccer ball. Most improved player, first year, MVP. I was getting scouted from a young age. So even when I was say 6 to 8, instead of being in the 6 to 8-year-old league, I played from the 8 to 10-year-old leagues. I was always the youngest one. Even when I was on traveling team, my parents had to sign waivers and I'd be stuck with the coaches. All the other kids were old enough where they get to walk the town and I had to be stuck with the coaches. It was a shame. I could have definitely went pro. But the thing is I was so traumatized and I didn't know how to handle it. Just being immature as a child, that I started rebelling. I started being the class clown. I started smoking weed at 9, started drinking alcohol at 10, and not just any alcohol. I started drinking whiskey at 10 years old. It set me up for a lot of hard times, and I just didn't know how to handle those emotions. So see, nobody knew what I was going through because I couldn't even tell anybody. I bottled it in, I held it in, and a lot of people didn't know. The first time I told someone I had been molested, I think I was 24 years old, and I was drunk, and I just started crying, and people were like, what's going on? And I actually told the girlfriend I had at the time, I was in an Uber with her when I first said something about it. So the reason why I'm telling you this is not only you never know what somebody's going through, but actually what spiked this in my mind was I was bullied as a kid. So I played soccer, which meant I was doing tons of running, which meant I couldn't gain weight to save my life. Small, skinny, we were poor, so we'd shop at Walmart, if that, maybe Goodwill, I don't know. But let's just say I did not go into popular kids' clothing to school, which gets you set up for being bullying. It's really a shame. It didn't have nothing to do with me. Had to do with my parents and the amount of money that they had, but I got bullied for it. So my childhood bully just happened to message me on social media. He had heard that I had opportunities for someone to make a good living. So he reached out to me and said, hey man, it's been a while. I heard that you have a really good opportunity and I'm looking for an opportunity for a new career change and to make a good living for my family. So what's up, man? Can you help me out? And I just thought to myself, I was like, man, is life not the best humbler there is? I've got this dude that bullied me, and actually not only me, he was the school's biggest bully. I know a lot of people that went through some hard times in high school because of this dude. High school and middle schoolers, because obviously he was bullying middle schoolers when he's in high school. And that's why we were all scared of him, where we'd avoid him. But I just thought about it. And when he messaged me, man, it sent all kinds of emotions going through my head of my childhood. And what was crazy was, one time he bullied the wrong kids and they showed up to his house with pool sticks and beat the living crap out of him. Put him in the hospital. It was bad. They beat him bad. And I even remembered back when everybody was like, oh, I'm so sorry for this dude, poor him. And I remember when somebody brought it up to me, I was like, that dude earned that. That's karma. I laughed. I cheered. And I even thought about it that me and my best friend had talked about doing the same thing to him because of how traumatized he was making us. So I had to think about the message that I was going to send him back. Like, could I ignore him? Could I say, screw you? You know what? And then I was like, man, what would God want me to do? What would Jesus do? What would Jesus want me to do? And what should I do since I claim that I have found forgiveness for everyone in my life that's ever hurt me? And I said, you know what? I'm going to message him. But see, the thing is also, I have chosen that I only want authentic relationships in my life. So I said, you know what? I've got to be authentic myself. And I'm going to talk to this dude. And he can choose if he's willing to receive it or where he goes from now. And even in my head, I was like, I'm going to be authentic with this dude. And he could talk smack. I mean, you know, those stories that we make up in our head. I was like, in my head, I'm like, it's going to go back and forth. You know, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be me. And I'm going to send this dude a message back. And I said, hey, man, yeah, it has been a while since we've talked. And I said, and I've got to be honest with you. The last time we talked was you bullying me. And I said, the thing is, man, is you actually messed me up as a kid. But what I did was I used that as a blessing, even though it was a burden when I was in school with you, when I no longer, I moved away and went to Ben Davis and I no longer had to worry about you. I turned it into a blessing because then what I did was I started standing up for people that was getting bullied in my life. And I said, and actually I've been in a lot of fights standing up for kids that's been bullied. But matter of fact, somebody that I stood up for has become my best friend. I call him my adopted brother. So dude, you blessed me. I thank you for that. And I said, matter of fact, some of what you put me through has helped me stand up for everybody that's going through some stuff because now I'm a motivational speaker. And I said, and what I've realized in this transformation in my life, that bullies typically have been bullied and they just don't know how to handle it. And that's what they do because they're getting bullied. So then they bully other people. I said, so I'm willing to bet that you actually got bullied and you just didn't know how to handle it as a kid. So I want to tell you that I forgive you. I said, and you know what? Even if you wasn't bullied, I said, most times people bully people because they don't even like themselves. And I said, so really, I pray that your life has changed and you've got healing from whatever you've went through. I said, because for me, it took me going to counseling. And if you still haven't gotten counseling and you still haven't healed from whatever you went through, to have you treat so many people like that, like you treated me and the people I watched you treat like that, man, I really pray that you get healing, brother. I said, well, the job that you're seeking and the rate that you would be making, because he mentioned that he was a union construction worker and laid off. I said, it's not going to compare to union wages. I used to be a union sprinkler fitter and they top out at $44 an hour. And I know even laborers unions make like $30 an hour right now. I said, so I really highly doubt that. I said, but the thing is, you mentioned you have a CDL. I know of this other opportunity where you can make $150,000 a year with your CDL. I said, so if you're interested in that, driving for a living, I'd be happy to connect you. Well, he messaged me back today and he said, man, thank you for forgiving me. And I want to tell you that I'm sorry. He said, man, I was getting beat by my stepdad every single day. And sometimes I would come to school and I was so angry and so hurt that I'd blow up on people and I'd treat them badly. And I'm so sorry, man. He said there was days when I was in high school that I wanted to kill myself. Like I literally wanted to die. I said, man, you know what? I pretty much knew it. Like I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm like, I knew it. Hurt people hurt people. And I told him, I said, man, it's my pleasure to forgive you. And I said, I didn't forgive you for you. I forgave you a long time ago, and I never even knew if I was ever going to talk to you again. Because see, hurt people. And this whole time, all those people that I was struggling to forgive was like me drinking a poison. And instead of it killing you, it was killing me the whole time. I said, so I forgave you for me, not for you. And I said, and all the other people I had to forgive, I may never even get an apology from. Some people, their pride and ego, it'll never allow them to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Please allow me to put in some action to prove that I'm sorry. Like, let me do something, please. Most people won't even do that. I said, you don't owe me nothing. I said, but I accept your apology, and it was truly my pleasure to forgive you. And I said, as a matter of fact, man, if you've never forgiven your stepdad, man, walking into counseling was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. And choosing to forgive people, regardless if they ever asked for it or deserved it, was another one of the biggest steps I've ever made in my life. So today, I just invite you to think of, one, how you're treating people based off of the hurt that you've been through or going through or the struggle you're in. Maybe you're not even treating people badly, and you know what? Fist pump like I do with my son. I'm proud of you. That's what I say to him all the time, him and my daughter. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And parents, if you don't say that to your kid, like if you're always like, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. You know what? Like as a kid who just wanted to hear from my parents that they were proud of me, just imagine if you lifted your kid up, help them find their gifts and their talents and elevate them versus depleting them. Like what all this video is all about is depleting people. And see, the other thing is you never know what somebody's going through. You never know. I can't tell you how many women I've talked to that said that they were raped tons of times in their life. Myself, I was molested. So the thing is I also heard a statistic, and I can't even begin to tell you the number. And when I heard the statistic, it said that it might not even be accurate because of the amount of men who won't even admit it. But I think it was like 1 in 4 men have been molested as a child. So see, there was this persona that it was just females that were getting raped and molested, but it's actually happened to a lot of boys. And see, I'm sure that number would probably be dang near 30, 40, 50% if there was men out there who would admit. I know when I admitted it to somebody asked me, where's all your rage coming from? This was 10 years ago. The person that I told that to said, I actually was molested as a kid and I've never told anybody that. 55 years old. Held it in that whole time. And I was like, that makes sense now where some of your actions come from. So see, when somebody has road rage and cuts you off and flips you the bird, you know what? They may have just went through some stuff. If somebody is short with you and snaps on you at work or in the grocery store or wherever, you know what? They may have just had their husband talking down to them. They may have just had their wife walk out on them. They may have been begging their wife for a year to go to marriage counseling, and she's saying, F you. I'm not admitting I'm wrong. That's how my family rolls. We don't admit we're wrong. We don't talk through stuff. We don't go to counseling and admit that we have faults. So I'd rather in the relationship with you, walk out on your marriage. Like you may be going to talk to somebody that snaps on you, that just had to file bankruptcy. They just lost their business. They may have been having their mother of their children withholding kids because that's what the system allows them to do. It's a shame. They may have had somebody lying on their name. And they're trying to prove their innocence and nothing's going well. They may have just lost their job. They may be struggling to put food on the table, made some bad business choices, financial choices. They may have got drunk and cheated on their spouse and now they're losing their relationship because of one bad decision when they were drunk. They may have got drunk. They may never drink, but they decide to go out. I know somebody went out on St. Patrick's Day. Rarely ever drank, But all of their friends were going out on St. Patty's Day, went out, got drunk, snuck out, paid their tab, snuck out the door because they're drunk, didn't take as much as it should have because they never drink. Their tolerance was down, got in a car wreck, somebody died, spent their life, got a involuntary manslaughter and having to spend time in jail because of that one decision. I heard a story about a lady that somehow forgot her kids in the car and went inside, in the middle of summer, and their kids died and she got murdered. So she not only lost her 2 kids that day, her husband divorced her while she was in jail, and she had to spend, I think she ended up getting like 17 years in prison, sit in jail for 17 years because of one accident. Like that guilt of killing her kids and then losing her husband and everything she had and her home, everything. You never know what somebody's going through. In this world, there's so many ways to just easily make a mistake that could cost you the rest of your life, or at least a lot of hard years of your life. So today, I just invite you, give some grace, give some mercy, give some forgiveness. And like me, you know what? I was like, dude, I'm going to help you. And I reached out to the person that has that opportunity for him, and he said, send him in. I said, look, I can't give my name on this. It's just a friend of a friend. And I didn't even tell. I wasn't even about to say this is the dude that bullied me when I was a kid. But I just said, look, man, I'm going to connect you because you're looking for somebody with the CDL. And it's up to you if you hire this person from there. Like, it's not on me. I just know he's got a CDL. You have a semi sitting that's losing you money when it's not out. So I'll connect the dots. And I'll tell you, I'm not telling you this because I want like a attaboy. Good job, Kurtis. You helped somebody that hurt you. No, it's not about that. It's about, I want to tell you that the bad thoughts in my mind was like, don't help that dude. What he put you through, don't help him. And see, I pushed through that. I said, you know what? The devil is a lie. And this is, what would Jesus do? WWJD, we all rocked those bracelets at one time, right? When it was cool to wear them. But I was like, what would Jesus want me to do? And I did it. And I'll tell you the amount of joy that has brought me, like, even if no one ever heard it, like, it brought me so much joy that I'm going to be able to help this person. And I'm like, man, I could only hope that this alters this dude's life and something beautiful comes out of it. Like, maybe that's what broke that family curse. Like, he's been talking down to his kid, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if he has kids. But it's like, maybe this is what it took for him to change that family curse. Breaking that family curse, those chains. This is a generational change. That's what balance is all about. It's not even just about me. It's generational change. And when you make that decision, whatever it is in your life that's binding you, and you truly want to become boundless, and you elevate everybody around you and people that you don't even realize you're about to elevate. Because see, you can get blessings from people you didn't even like. Like, he maybe didn't like me. And you know what? Now I'm able to bless him. That's why you don't burn bridges. I mean, he tried to burn it down, but you know what? God can build bridges anywhere. And I feel like that's what just happened. Like, there's something beautiful that's going to come out of this opportunity. I never thought I was going to get a message from this dude a day in my life. You never know. So today, I just invite you. If somebody walks in your life and gives you some hard time, give them grace, give them mercy, forgiveness. Your character is not based off of other people. It's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So you know when somebody's harsh on you, show them love. We see those signs. Be the change you want to see. Just be kind. And I promise you, it'll put so much joy in your life today. I just smile for this opportunity that God blessed me with. I love you all. I hope this helped. Please like, share, comment, tag somebody. And in the comment section, if there's something, a story or something where, a beautiful story where whatever that story is that goes along with this, please put in the comment section so other people can see this and we all can just see these different opportunities in life. That something maybe ugly could have turned into something beautiful. I love you all. I hope this helped. You know the drill. Every single day, we're just getting a step closer to being boundless, baby. Have a great day.